May 5, 1965. Dearest Suzie, the rainy season is on us over here. It is raining like mad right now. At least we won't have to put up with so much dust now. Today is very quiet. We went to the range this morning, and right after one trip we have been off. I got yours and Mom's present in the mail today. I hope you like it. I sent both presents to you so you can take Mom's over to her. Oh, about that Hong Kong trip, I doubt if I will go. I really don't want to and don't want to spend all that money. I picked up my suit yesterday. It is blue Italian silk. I think that you will like it. I guess this was all my month because besides the suit and 2 shirts, I bought myself a camera. It is completely automatic and the slides are the size of the ones I sent you the other day, which means that I get twice as many pictures on a roll of film. But it has a built-in light meter and lets in just enough light to take a picture. And if there isn't enough light, then you can't take the picture. I guess Billy is looking forward to the end of the school by now, isn't he? When is the school year over anyway? I was glad to hear that Brian hasn't forgotten his daddy. I sure miss all my boys. How's everything around the house? Is that worthless TV of ours still working? What about the washer and the car? I love you very much and miss you very much. All my love. Bill. This letter may be one of the most exciting ones to me, specifically because it mentions his camera and he gives a few details about it. As I've stated before, this whole project started with photos. They were the first things I had. His photos are the oldest connection I have to his service, his life before he became who I knew him as. They were, at first, scarce, well curated by Popi, and fragile, material things. It has only been through asking questions, tracking down mildewed boxes, and spending the time organizing and digitizing his materials that I've been able to get to where I am today. From his photos came the letters, which may actually grow in number soon, as well as all the souvenirs which I've been given by Meemaw since the start of this work. One thing that was always missing for me, though, was his camera. I knew he was taking photos, I just didn't know with what. I asked Meemaw about that a few years ago, and in response, she gave me a point-and-shoot early digital camera that Popi owned. Is that right? She asked, handing it to me. Could that be the one he used in Vietnam? I smiled and politely responded by saying, probably not, but thanks. I needed a film camera. I needed something old. Hopefully it wasn't corroded or damaged. I wanted to hold the same camera he held to see the world through the same lens he saw it through. I wanted to take photographs on film, exposing crystals to light like he did, getting the images developed as slides and projecting them on the wall using the low light and high heat of an old bulb. I could never go to Vietnam as an American soldier and fight in the war. I could never be a part of my family in the 60s. But I could take a photograph. Needless to say, he didn't hang on to his camera from Vietnam. Not only that, I had almost no way of knowing what he would have used. Eventually, one day looking through a box of old photos with Meemaw, I found a print of Popi, holding a camera and pointing it at the photographer. Wait, I thought to myself, this is the only example I have of him holding a camera. This has to be it. It was from Vietnam. Unfortunately, the photo was grainy and low resolution by today's standards. I had more of an impression of a camera, shapes and gradations of gray. No logos or words to tell me what it was. Immediately when I got home, I began scouring the internet looking for the camera, or at least a clue that could help me find it. After months of searching, I had very little to go off. I tried finding old PX listings for cameras, looked at things made in 1965, even found a list of old standard issue film cameras for pilots. Nothing got me closer to figuring out what he was holding in the photo. Eventually, my girlfriend suggested I do something which I thought was stupid and would come up with not real results. Ask ChatGPT. It couldn't look at the photo, but I could at least describe what I saw to the AI and pray that the algorithm could help me. Ultimately, I spent about a few hours going back and forth, refining my description and searching for the cameras online it suggested without getting anywhere. Eventually, however, it suggested looking at a brand called a Petri or Petri. None of the models it suggested on Google, however, were correct. It was a real bummer. Getting ready to give up, and at this point, pretty tired of the whole process, I lazily scrolled through suggested photos, planning on what I'd do next, and suddenly I found it. Someone had posted to Reddit a photo of their, quote, old camera collection. Among their cameras was a Petri 7S. It was the same camera Popi was holding in the photo. I found it. Thanks, ChatGPT. The Petri 7S is a 35mm rangefinder camera introduced in the early 1960s by the Japanese company Petri. The camera was known for its affordability and distinctive features. It was designed to offer a straightforward photography experience, making it accessible to both beginners and enthusiasts. Or people busy flying helicopters who still wanted to take pictures from the air, possibly while getting shot at. The camera came with a fixed 45mm lens, coated with a special film to enhance image quality, particularly in color photography. It was equipped with the Petri MVE leaf shutter, offering speeds ranging from 1 second to 1/500th of a second. Popi describes its circle eye system, which utilizes a selenium cell light meter surrounding the lens, eliminating the need for batteries. These almost look like LEDs and are used to determine how bright a shot is. This system provides a match needle display, visible both on the top plate and within the viewfinder for easy exposure adjustments. It featured the Green-O-Matic system, which uses a green-tinted rangefinder patch to aid focusing. The viewfinder includes bright frame lines and parallax correction marks, enhancing composition accuracy. This essentially means that when you look through the viewfinder, it creates a double image. When you find the thing you want to focus on with your eye, you use the focus on the lens to correct the double image to a single one. Most controls for the 7S, including the focus, aperture, shutter speed, and film speed settings, are located on the lens barrel. This design allows for intuitive adjustments while shooting. It also has an analog timer, which feels very clever and ahead of its time. Additionally, it had a tripod socket on the bottom. Finally, the camera included a cold shoe for mounting external flashes. The camera did not need any batteries, and any flash mechanisms would be self-contained and separate. The Petri 7S is incredibly straightforward, and its battery-free operation, coupled with features like the Circle Eye system and Green-O-Matic viewfinder, would have made it attractive to someone like Popi. He may have had some experience with photography, but this beginner camera would have made it easy for someone in his position to get high-quality photos while actively in a war zone. Since finding the camera, I now own 2. One came with a really interesting leather case. I've tested one, and it works. I haven't yet gotten any slides made, but I will one day. Both cameras smell like cigarette smoke, like I remember Popi smelling. I've since noticed the exact same kind of camera and the same kind of case in a photo with Charlie. If I end up using it, maybe you'll also recognize it, on your own one day. Though not the exact camera he used, I'm thankful to have the ones I do. They force me to think like an older photographer. Shots are limited, light must be considered, focus is not automatic. Photographs are intentional. Using the camera has taught me, in part, what it must have been like to be Popi, if even just for taking photos. For capturing memories, some painful and others saccharine sweet, that he could later share with his family. Or, even more abstractly, with you, whomever is listening today and every day. I hope you have enjoyed his eye, as well as the story of my little journey finding his camera. The photo I chose today is one I have just told you about. It is in black and white, featuring Popi and 3 of his friends standing in front of a body of water. The back of the photo has someone's handwriting on it, which reads, The Gang, L-R, Bill Lowy, Bud Bender, Captain Brown, Church McConnell, First Lieutenant. I'm Alex Lowy, and I hope you have enjoyed listening to this episode of Dearest Suzie, and receiving messages from the past that my Popi wrote exactly 60 years ago. I sincerely appreciate your time and interest. Please consider following the podcast on your preferred platform, and if you're enjoying it, I kindly ask that you take the time to rate the show and leave a review. Also, please follow the project on YouTube, X, and Instagram. All likes, comments, shares, and reviews will help grow the reach of this story. The links for these things should be in the description of this episode. Please feel free to email me at dearestsuziepodcast@gmail.com if you have anything you'd like to say. I'd love to chat or to hear about your stories as well. Thank you for listening, and God bless.